I feel like creative control actually speaks to a lot of things, like what your identity is about. In case this interview is not the interview that they wrote back the question, I'll tell you what they said. They said, do I feel like I do creative work? And I said, because. You choke. Yeah, I do a lot of creative work. Hi, my name is Tobi Mohammed. Well, some people call me Alaji Poppin, and I'm a tech and entertainment consultant / entrepreneur of some sort. A bit of marketing in there as well. Yeah. I think entertainment found me, if that makes any sense. It did find me, so I just kind of like, it's that thing that doesn't let you sleep at night. That was what it was for me. So if I had a calling, I think it was entertainment. So I didn't find entertainment, it found me. To be honest, that question is a yes and a no, because I feel like for me, I'm a very spiritual person. I just kind of like saw different things in front of me when I was young. And it was the one thing that I think I had a knack for, if that makes any sense. So I don't think there was anything. I think maybe some things kind of like amplified the need for it. For example, if you watch Rush, when Niki Lauda had the accident and he was watching James Hunt win the races. So I feel like maybe like watching things on TV. Shout out like Sage, like I like the idea of like, how being called on like a song then, and I felt like it was cool. My partner Asa, I used to watch him on TV as well. I was just like, and then I think I was in England or something like that. And I was like, okay, I think I can do this. I'm a creative, true and true. For every block party you've seen, I've probably done like a deck, a mood board, shout out my amazing team. For me, every time we do stuff, there's a vision. I see it in my head first. I tell people all the time, I can take 6 months in my head, but execution will be in 2 weeks. Because like when it comes here and it sits here, I've plotted it end to end. Pretty much. So I think Block Party now is kind of like the cool thing we're now saying. It wasn't really Block Party, it was Mainland Block Party, because working with like my partner brands, shout out Jameson, shout out Pepsi, they're huge partners of potential. Shout out Johnny Walker, amazing guys as well. The guys I work with now, my partners, are the ones that are trying to make me call it Block Party, because it's kind of like a brand thing now where we're kind of like doing it that way. But like the whole idea really for people to understand the whole concept or the reason behind it is it's Mainland Block Party. That's the mother of all the parties. We have 7 parties now across like maybe like 6 cities and 2 countries. I moved back in 2016, I believe. And I live on the mainland. I live in Ikeja, Jerry. And there was kind of like a stigma. And even when you're talking to like girls, they're like, I don't want to come to the mainland. I don't know. It's like, everybody's like, I'm like, bro, the mainland is like kosher. Like it's, mainland is bang. Like, I see like how they're like maybe some lungus or whatnot, but like there are lungus on the island too, like plenty, because I do a lot of shoots, like I know the choreo everywhere, and I just didn't understand where the stigma came from. So it kind of like was around like creating something for the mainland by the mainland that would attract everybody, and it just became like, a market of all sorts, like, would have people come all the way, like the other day, because I've handled the socials for Block Party since it started across all the parties, and, Abuja or wherever, Twitter, I handled them just because like I want to understand how these people think. It was a plan for 4 years for me to kind of understand the people that come to the party, because that way we're able to retain them for longer. And I see like the DMs, I'm coming from Ajah, like comments like, who's coming from VI today, who's coming from Lekki, and that pretty much, if I was gonna judge myself on like having like KPIs or like KRAs around that, I think we did well with that, because people come all the way from like Ajah, all this Ologolo, all these places. So there was like, who's coming from Ologolo? I'm like, where's Ologolo? Even though it was a mainland place, and I realized it was like around the 6th roundabout. So yeah, that was the concept. Create something cool by the mainland for the mainland, and everybody would want to come to. And I think that's what the Block Party has become. Mainland Block Party specifically. The communication is very important. I have this model. I used to do a 9 to 5, and it's one of the models I spoke to them about. I believe in the concept of a cool currency. I feel like when you have an impeccable product, the world comes for it. The communication also needs to represent the quality of what they're going to come meet. Creative control is being able to actually channel what is inside of you to become like an identity, visual identity of some sort. I'm being able to control the narrative such that anytime anybody comes in contact with anything which smells or looks like it, they're like, oh, that looks like Block Party, pretty much, And creative control for me is not just even with like, my Block Party. Like, I handle artists like Bella Shmurda, I manage Bella Shmurda, I manage Bodge, I manage Victoni, All of these guys have their visual identities, and that's creative control. Question is, what does a peak of success look like to me? I don't think there can ever be a peak. Zero. What's me? I'm an insatiable don. I'm a very hardworking person. One thing everybody I know would say about me is you can't find a hard worker like Tobi. So it's one of like my biggest problems. Not because I'm not satisfied or happy with what I've done. I just feel like searching for a new quest is what keeps me alive, if that makes any sense. So I don't think there's anything like peak, because the moment I do a stadium, then I want to do 2 stadiums put together. One thing I actually find very amazing is thinking. I like thinking people. I have a team of women, great thinkers. Everything you've seen me do was powered by women. And I feel like I learned to move from being an island to being a collaborator. So the first time I attempted to collaborate, people would actually always fall my hand. Because I work hard now, I know they sleep. So it's a situation where I put it in someone's hands, and then you're not using your own to like tell me that, like you tell me to collaborate to. Me and Busy used to have this fight a lot, by the way. And now everybody has just learned to leave me alone. I'm on the side where value resides, that's where I am, that's who I am. And I'll put it like in someone's hands, and then they'll just drop the ball. They won't feel as remorse. I feel like, guy, this is my fucking entire career. You can't like play with it, because I feel like if I'm going to trust anything, put anything into anybody's hands, you must want it at the same level or better, at least match my energy. And I've come to realize that that's almost impossible. I can tell you for a fact that when you want to go far, you can do it with a team, but you need to never like just lay it on the team. Do you get what I mean? Like you need to stay the head, and you need to ensure that you are the driving force for everybody. But I don't think you can go far without a team. Absolutely not. I don't think that I could have achieved everything that I'm doing right now without the quality input from like my amazing women, my amazing partners. I'm a very in my head person. I'm a creative, so my head kind of like drives me. So I'm not like a regimented person, like structured. Oh, I have to be up at 8 unless I have something at 8. Do you get what I mean? But like a normal work day, because I'm the boss of myself. I don't work for anybody. I work for myself. And I feel like for me, ideal productive time for me when my brain starts to like booze and hooze is like 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Yeah, I get the most work done between 3 and like 2 a.m. Yes, I have thought of giving up so many times. Entrepreneurship, is not for. You know what this thing has done to me? You have no idea. I'm not the same person I was when I was younger. And I even had to make like very, very intentional effort to like kind of like be more human, because it takes away like your compassion. But I'm also the most compassionate person in the world. Anybody who works with me will tell you that. But it's tough, man. It's tough. I've tried to stop a lot of times. Like, you get what I mean? Like I have 2 masters in engineering and solutions architecture. So I've kind of like I've asked my best friends like this kind of question, like, what if I was actually working with like, NCC? There was a time I even started working with FIRS. When I was talking to my mom, I was complaining. I was like, oh, this thing is so stressful, But the days you win, it makes it worth it. It's dark a lot of times, but it's also bright a lot of times. My legacy, bro. Always wanted to be seen as the guy who's powered the creative economy. In terms of legacy, I think I've already built the biggest festival in West Africa. Anybody can come and tell you the numbers, but we do block parties every month. When you combine the numbers, nobody. I'd like to see anybody come say that it's different. So I feel like in terms of like a legacy, just ensuring and building that and guarding it and ensuring that, it never perishes and just like keeps on going up. So the thing is with me, if I wanted to be an artist, I would want to be an artist that is maybe black, Bryson Tiller, or Malay. I don't like noise, even though I look very loud. I don't like noise. I really love, I'm an introvert, but people don't believe this, but I am. I love my room. God, what? I love my room. I love my sanity. I have fun by myself. Like I did. You understand what I mean? So, yeah. And these are the guys I feel like they are kind of like that. Bryson Tiller, definitely black. I love black's music. Khalid, actually. People like that, So you can see Khalid is like, he's very popular. His brand is not like, it's just kind of like, it's just mellow. I'm a mellow guy, I like ease. Yeah, pretty much. And that's why I said on Malay, because I feel like that's another person I feel like is very like blown, but like very like reserved. You don't just see him anywhere. You don't just see me. They see me from outside. I did my office. Hi guys, my name is Tobi Mohammed, aka Large Poppin. I'm founder of Mainland Block Party. I manage some of your favorite talents, and yeah, you're watching Creative Control. Keep it locked.